Hi, this is Rahima from Radical Joy, and today we're going to talk about how we can often betray ourselves and how to shift our mindset to do that less. So, one of the number one ways I see people abandon themselves is when they ignore certain things, patterns, behaviors, so that they're not abandoned. Now, this isn't always a conscious thought, but let me give you an example. Let's say you're dating someone new and you really like them, but they always take several days to get back to you. That is something that you notice, is something that you don't like, but it can cause fear for some people if they're like, well, if I bring it up, maybe it'll start an argument, maybe they won't like me anymore, maybe I'm not being patient enough. Like, there's all these excuses that can be made because of the fear of being abandoned by this other person. I see betrayal a lot when it comes to setting goals. So, like saying we want a certain thing, could be a new job, a relationship, to move into a certain kind of place, but then we betray ourselves by accepting less than what we actually want because somewhere in the back of our minds, we don't really think we can get it. I'll give you an example. So, let's say a person says that they want a long term relationship, but they keep dealing with their little like late night link up, hookups, whatever, which means there's not actually a lot of time or emotional space to meet someone and create a new strong connection to have a long lasting, healthy, long term relationship. This is an example of like wanting something or thinking you want something or saying you want something, but then kind of betraying yourself because, again, maybe you think it's not attainable or it'll be too much work or whatever it is. And again, it's often unconscious. It's not like people are consciously thinking this. Now, this obviously happens because something within us thinks that we don't deserve or it's not possible for us to have whatever it is. We have some limiting thinking about what is possible for us. We don't really believe that we can have the things that we truly want. So, with that said, then the first step to changing this is to improve our confidence. So, that means we need to remind ourselves that we are smart, intelligent, that we do have skills, that we are charismatic, that we deserve respect. So, when it comes to applying for a job, that might mean you need to like write down your skills, write down, projects you've worked on, like remind yourself, of all the things that you've done in your previous jobs. In relationships, it might be remembering that, like, no, I am like charismatic and fun and beautiful. And with family, this might look like reminding yourself, like, I do deserve respect. I do deserve to be heard. I do deserve to feel valued and supported. When our confidence improves, it's easier for us to believe that we can get what we want and we can be more patient and resilient on the road to that. And the last step of all of this is not quitting after the first failure. So, again, if it's a job, maybe you've applied for one and you don't get the first one. That doesn't mean, oh, I suck. That just means you didn't get that particular one. Same thing with dating. Okay, you went on one date and that didn't work out, and now you're ready to give up. Like, confidence is also about not being afraid to fail and knowing that one thing not working out is not a reflection on you. It's just a part of life. Like, sometimes things work and sometimes things don't work. And so not letting that discourage you. I think people assume that confident people just know they're going to get everything and do well at everything, but confident people just are not afraid to fail. The failing doesn't feel like a total destruction of their identity. Anyway, this got longer than I expected it to, but as always, I hope this helps someone. Take care, y'all.